Alright, surprise unicorn. I was lurking in your stream, bud. So I'm here to provide you with a little bit of coaching. I was just trying to find a good game. Because I started recording one and then I walked away and I came back and you were already in the next game because you just stomped them so hard. So I just got rid of that one. And then I didn't record the next game since you were already in it. Uh, but here we go. I got one for you. So you got twin drive reverb. Now you got to keep in mind what they're picking because it's not just an automatic always twin drive. So there's situations where you would want to take reverb for the stagger, like if they have a lot of damage, which in this case we see that they do. So you would want reverb, but in this situation, since both your other teammates are also taking reverb, you're just chilling to take twin drive, but you should 100%. Wait, why is my pin not working? Okay, it doesn't work when I'm in full screen, I guess. Anyways, you should definitely be taking vicious 100%. Because you see they have a lot of damage to stack on you. And this, plus also having an extra ability with Twin Drive, will keep you alive. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, you start off with a beautiful kill. Now we're chilling, it's game time. Let's go back. Wait, hello? Why is it not working? Okay. So you get the kill, you get the core, now it's go time. Now here, I don't really like this dash, right? Because you're starting, oh my god, this full screen thing's gonna kill me. Okay, so you're starting your dash from here, and you're going to like here, which doesn't even reach the core. So you're just banking on your dash coming through here so you can win the strike war. But the core's already like on top of Luna, right? So she's just gonna hit it away from you. Oh shit. Oh my god, my keybinds are the same for fucking OBS and the Epic Pin. Alright, this is gonna be a really scuffed recording, but it's okay. It's fine. So let's go back again. Let's clear that. So see right here when you dash, if you just don't dash and you just walk over here to her, you can kind of like walk up this way. And that way, like if she hits the core down and you're standing right here, all you gotta do is take like a micro step down here to strike it back and pressure this corner right here. And if you can't reach it, you can always just use your dash to kind of like dribble it to yourself. But if you're standing right here, sorry, there's a lot of shit. But if you walk up here instead of dashing and she clears up, then you're here to intercept with your dash and take the barrier, or just win the strike war, however you want to play it. So just right off the bat, I think kind of a wasted ability, but it's like I'm not trying to like be mean or anything. I'm just here to like help you, right? Like I'm trying to make you better. Like we all want to just be better. So yeah, you do that, and then Asher's being Asher. Nothing you can do there. All right, let's get this next round. Also, let me move my pin like over here so I don't have to keep going to my other monitor. All right, so round starts. You get past the ball, and looks like you strike it directly into Asher, and she just dashes it past you. So what you could do in this situation is you could either pass it back up to your era, because you see she has just shrunk this Amy. There's no way this Amy is outstriking this era in a strike war, unless she's the worst Amy in, or unless she's the worst era in the world, right? So you could either go up here, or if you want to make the play yourself, what you could do is you kind of split the Asher, right? So you try to like bounce it around her, and then if she dashes into you, oh my god, I'm so bad at this. If she dashes into you, but the core's going this way, like she just misses and she's down an ability. And then you can walk up behind the core and you still have your dash punch ready to go to take that barrier. Or if it gets past and the Luna clears it up, then you have an Era and a Shrunken Amy. That's not going to be able to beat Era in a strike war. So just keep in mind your strike angles. Let's see. I don't know if there's anything you could have done about that. I think you got put in hit stun. Yeah, so right here you could have actually hit the ball, but it's not like a big deal or anything. That's whatever. Ooh, that's tough. Yeah, so right here, I don't think this ult's really worth going for. I'm just assuming like you went for it and then she ulted you, and it kind of like you just kind of like did it anyway, like as a buffer almost. Um, but yeah, not a good ult, but it's fine. And see, right here, so you're elusiving, right? Because you're like, oh, holy shit, this Asher's beating my ass. But we just saw her use all of her abilities, right? So you're just throwing your energy away for nothing here. Because all of her abilities are on cooldown right now. Like she can't do anything to you. And you see Luna's missile right here. Like she's fired her missile. Amy's up here worried about winning a strike war with this era. So you don't have to worry about abilities from these two right now. And you know Asher is on cooldown. So you just threw away all of your energy, so you won't have any to dodge when her abilities come back up. So just be aware of cooldowns, I'd say. Nice strike warrior. Yeah, see if you would have had your energy there for that Luna ult, you wouldn't be staggered right now. Yeah, now it looks like they're just gonna beat you. Yeah, unfortunate. Well, that's also another thing. Like, if you had Van Braces right here, like, you have your dash punch available in this situation. So, like, if you have Van Braces and you dash punch here, like, your health bar is gonna look something like this. And your energy bar, if you save your elusive, is gonna look something like this. Or maybe like what you have now, if you evade the Luna ult. Alright, let's keep going. So, you get your ass beat. It's a sad day. We're praying the homies hold it down. Oh, this Asher's clears are actually kind of crazy. Can't win them all. You come up, you miss a strike. Unfortunate, whatever. That was a nice try for the Amy. I don't like that ult though. Let me see what happens here. So you dash punch the Amy, she elusives. That's fine. Like if she doesn't elusive, she's 100% dead. So you did the right thing. And then what happens? So we come here, you get the ball, you strike it, nice. I think you just tried to ult like her strike back, but you just did it way too late. Yeah. So like in a situation like this, I think you just strike the ball. Like there's no reason to ult here. So yeah, if you just strike the ball here, if you just like put it back into this corner where it'll bounce up, then you walk up behind it, right? So then you can either try to out 50 the Luna, which is whatever, but you also have your dash and your ultimate. So you walk up behind the core, you do your ultimate here, and then there's nothing she can do unless she core flips. And then if she core flips, you can try to block it. Or alternatively, now that I'm thinking about it on the spot, if you hit the ball into the corner, bounce it up, you can dash behind it, and then that's unblockable for Luna again, unless she core flips. But if she does core flip, so ball goes here, you dash it up, core's right here, right? This is the core. And then she core flips it. You're now standing right here, and you can put your ult right here on top of the core, which stops the core. So even if she core flips it and tries to like strike it out, for one, your air is right here to block that. So she really has to go this way. But I think your ult just pushes that through, to be honest. So you guys could have got the barrier like that. Um, but unfortunate ult. We're making some good clears. Ball's back in play. I'm not sure how I feel about that dash punch. I have to watch it again. Let's see. So you get past the ball, and then do you dash punch here? Oh, you strike first. Okay, so yeah. That's a very slight misplay. Okay, so right here. So you strike the ball this way. And I get the idea. I see what you're cooking with right now. Like you're putting the core right here in the path of the tornado, right? Because you think it's just going to go this way. But As cool as that idea is, if you just dash punch right here straight into the Amy, she's going to be in hit stun. She cannot block the ball. There's nothing she can do. Like, she has to evade and strike, but she can't outstrike two abilities, right? Hitting the core. She can only outstrike one of them. Since you do have this tornado coming this way, this cuts off the Luna, right? So, since this tornado is coming here, this way, Luna can't walk down to help Amy save this if you just dash punch. She also can't do her little dash fly around thing either, because she's going to get clipped by the tornado. The only thing this Luna can do right now is fire a rocket straight down and just pray that her Amy evades and strikes. So I like the idea, but just keep in mind you're Juliet, right? And Juliet is the hardest character in the game to block, I'd say. Maybe Asher. I don't know. Or Kai Barrage. I think it's probably Julie though. So if you just don't strike it and you dash punch right here, that should be a guaranteed goal. So just keep your abilities in mind. Cause yeah, you go for the strike and then you just whiff. That's sad. Sad day. Here, you get an absolute dimer of a fucking pass. Easy. Easy clean goal. Let's go. Once again, I'm not trying to like shit on you or anything. Right? Like I don't want you to feel bad that I'm pointing out mistakes. Okay, so here teammates are stuck in the corner against the Asher. A little bit unfortunate. Um so in this situation, like your positioning's perfectly fine. But if this Amy is up here instead, you walk your ass up to that corner and help them with the clear. Which I mean, I don't know if you know that or not. You might already know that, but just pointing it out anyways, just in case. Because this pocket right here on Amy's app is the hardest thing in the game for a goalie. Because your only clear option is to clear it directly up and bounce it out and just hope that one of your forwards wins a strike war. And then eventually, if one of their forwards is lacking, eventually you get to clear it out. Um, but let's move on. Just pointing that out just in case you didn't know. There you get put in hit stuns, a little bit unfortunate. Let's see, is this a good dash punch? No, she's a little bit too far. Yeah, this isn't a good dash punch. Because, like, there's more than, like, one character length between her and the hole, so you might as well just not go for it, but I understand. Unfortunate positioning. Missed the core. And here you actually do walk up, and you get some good damage on Asher. And then she's still alive, and yeah, just Asher things. Unfortunate. Alright, next round. Let me watch that one again. God, it's so hard to pause it when you want. Coaching's hard. How do people do this? Okay. So you walk up, you get the kickoff, and then this is good, right? Like you got it past the Asher. This is exactly what I was talking about last time. Like if you just hit it and split the angle on your Asher, like there's nothing she can really do. Um She has to like read that you're gonna do that, and even if she does read you, she has to guess. Like it's a 50-50. It could go either way. Um, I'm trying to think if I like this or not though, because I mean, theoretically it's a good play because you have Era right here. But honestly, since Era is the midfielder, I think you're better off taking this route down here. Because then you can follow behind the ball and end up here and dash punch it. But either way, it's not a bad play by any means. I just think it could be more optimal. Then right here, I'd say she's too far again. Yeah, just barely miss it. I think you're tunnel visioning a little bit on the kills. Because, like, you see what this Asher's doing, right? Like, Asher has a dash punch too. She could be doing the same things you're doing. But she's not. She's, like, trying to pressure the gold barrier more. That's unfortunate. Should you position differently there? Let me watch. So let's see. Also, this right here, this is no bueno. Do not core flip here. This is bad. Well, actually, I don't know. It's kind of tough to call. I don't think it's not really worth it here, I'd say. Like I won't say it's the worst court flip. It's not bad and it's not good. It's just kind of like I hope this works. But like you have dash punch. Like why are we core flipping? You can just dash punch this. The issue I have with this core flip is like so you're right here and your two options are to hit it straight at the barrier or to try to get the bounce. Only issue with that is you have Luna here, she's blocking you. You have Asher, she could dash in and then do her primary cone to block you. And you also have Amy, who could blink down and do her blink cone to block it. So you have three potential threats where if you just dash punch, these guys can't react to that, right? So you should just get the barrier for free. And then you end up right here behind the barrier and you core flip it straight into the net. I think that's the better play. I'm not gonna like harp on it too much because, like I said, like this isn't necessarily a horrible core flip, but I don't think there's really a reason for you to core flip if you have dash punch. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was supposed to be watching the positioning here. See what happens. So now you dash punch. Um, so Amy is actually close enough to the wall if you dash punch her from here. But what you do instead is you kind of like dash into position to punch, and that's not going to kill. You need them both. Um, you might have also been like going for like a dribble on the core, but like at this point, like it's way too late. So I think you just save your abilities here. So right here, unfortunately, she just passes it directly to Amy instead of you. So yeah, that's not on you. And then here, yeah, this is fine. This is all fine. Ah, and then you just like randomly walk up. No biggie, it happens. It's just a little unfortunate. If you don't walk up, I think you get the barrier for free though. And then just Asher things. Okay, so let's see. Awakening phase. So before this even begins, let's see. So Luna's up first. More than likely, I'd say she takes back. Okay, let's not focus on anybody else. So realistically, let's see. realistically, your Era, she wants cast the last, 100%. Your Asher wants stacks. You, you want tempo swing. If you can't get tempo swing, you want stagger. 1-2 is super sick, right? But we can't really go 1-2 here. You want to know why? Because we're getting our ass beat. And we didn't take Van Braces. So even without Van Braces, like you really want tempo or stagger swagger just so you can survive. But imagine a world where you do have Van Braces, right? If you ever get Van Braces plus tempo swing on a brawler character, you are literally unkillable. You're a raid boss. They will never kill you. Because if they dump all of their damage, 100% of their damage into you, then you're chilling. Because you do one dash punch, one ultimate, you're back to full instantly. It's tough to deal with. So Luna ends up taking stacks. Asher takes stagger swagger, which is, I guess it's fine. That helps her deal with the enemy Asher in the net a little bit, and she gets a little bit of speed since she didn't get stacks. But you taking 1-2 here, it's a big no-no. You have tempo swing available. There's no reason you ever go this. All right, moving on. Again, kind of tunnel visioning on the kills here. Like you see Asher hovering this hole, and I think at this point, I'm pretty sure she's a good enough player that I can confidently say that she has made um that she's holding in the back of her mind that you are in fact tunneling on the kill. So she's probably just doing this to bait you. But yeah, right here, small Asher thing, by the way. So right there, you went for the strike because you see her primary and you're like, oh shit, I need to get the ball past her. But so the way it works, you see this cone come out, right? It kind of works like Zentaro primary, so it doesn't immediately just shoot the core, right? It kind of just stops it in place for a second. Same thing with Zentaro. It stops it and then it hits it. So as soon as you see the barrier, you have two options. You can either walk back and then strike it back, or if you just want to win the 50 off of her primary and get it past her, you evade. So it stalls the core, you press evade, you don't get hit by the damage, and then when her ability actually hits the core, you strike it, and it goes this way. So that's how you deal with that if you actually want to get the ball past her. But personally, I'd say just walk back a couple steps. So then you're already on the edge of her cone. So if you just walk back, you won't get hit, and then you can just strike the core past her. All right, moving on. Just small little thing. Also, again, ult there. I don't really see a purpose behind it. All it does is put a little bit of damage on her, but she's got stagger. Like she is in no way, shape, or form gonna die anytime soon. So I think it's just a little bit of a wasted ability. And here we go again. We're tunnel visioning on that. This is fine. Right there is actually a good punch. This is a good punch. Because I don't know if you're like trying to like kill her still, But regardless if you are or not, this is good. This is a good punch right here. You put her in hit stun, you're guaranteeing that you get this core first. So that's a good job, definitely. Again, a little bit of an awkward dash. Don't really know what we're doing here. So like right here, she's here, you're here, core is here. There's no world where she touches this core before you. All you gotta do is strike it and then dash. So I think key takeaway right now is be more conscious of your abilities and don't tunnel vision on kills so hard. Which is like, I know you're playing Juliet. She's really good at killing people, but you just gotta. It feels like you're trying to force them, right? So like, if you just kind of let them come to you instead of trying to force it, and play more for the core. Like, look at this Asher right now. She could have tried to dash punch you into here and kill you, but what's she doing? She's up here playing for core. She's pressuring the net. Net is how you win game. So I think you can kind of learn from this Asher's playstyle a little bit, to be honest. But yeah, once again, not trying to dog on you or anything. Yeah, it's another tunnel vision dash right there. In that situation, you should just walk your ass up there, honestly. You come up here and you help this era because you see both of their forwards are up there. So let's go back and play this out real quick. So yeah, so see like right here, and you're kind of starting to walk up, right? But like look, they have the holy triangle. You have an Asher ult backing the clear this way. You have your Era here. Era's got her tornado right here coming. And you do realize something's happening. You're like, oh shit, I need to be up here. Then what happens? It gets past, and then you start walking back down. I don't know, maybe that's fine actually. It depends on how it works out. Let's see. So you start walking up, this is good. She clears it to the Asher. Honestly, I think you just walk this way. Because since this Asher ult is here right now, like she never just gets this ball just straight over here immediately. This Asher ult sitting here is going to stall it here for at least a little bit. So that gives you time to walk up. You have your punch, you have your ult, and your dash is coming back in like 1 second. So this is one of those good times where you can kind of just walk up here, then just dash her off the map. This is a time where you can go for a kill. Especially since you saw you saw how long she stood here, right? Like she got kind of like trapped on the wall. And then your arrow is keeping it up as well. So she's just right here. Juicy kill waiting for you. So yeah, I think that's one of the times you should have walked up. Right here, we're chilling, we're vibing. We're screaming at our era to procure us the rock. Finally, Asher gives it to you. Right, we're chilling again. Uh, I don't think there's anything wrong with that dash punch, per se. But maybe you should have waited. Let's watch. So you get the rock. You're walking behind it. This is cool. We're chilling. We're vibing. She strikes it past you. You get fed the rock again. And then here we dash punch. So let's watch this one more time. So you're on top of the core. So this is something that you need to start thinking about a little bit. Like there's nothing necessarily wrong dash punching here. Like dash punching here is fine. You're gonna force the core through, you're gonna force her to maybe flip or expend a cooldown to make the save. But this core is directly on top of your character. So you're not pressured to do anything in this situation. You can kind of just walk with the core because the core's floating this way already, right? So you can walk with it. And what you could do is if you're confident in your strike warrior, you just win the 50 with the era. I mean, not era, Amy. Amy's not a brawler, right? She's a midfielder. She can't use her blink or her glitch pop to help her win a 50 like you can with your dash, your punch, your ult. So if you just outstrike war her, or even if you're not extremely confident in it, you could like strike and then punch to get it past her. And then you have your dash, you have your ultimate, or if you're confident in your strike, you also have your punch too. So you've gotten the core past Amy, and you have your dash punch, and your ultimate. So I think that definitely this situation right here could have definitely been a goal if you played it right. But again, not gonna harp on it too much. Nice. Era dimes you up for the net. We love to see it. Okay, dash punching out of the gate is fine like that. Cause right, you're not ton of visioning on the Asher and just dash punching her for no reason and wasting it. But you're dash punching with a purpose. Your purpose is to get the core into Doomersville, right? Because this is Doomersville if you're the goalie. So I like that dash punch. That's really good. We're learning in real time. But unfortunately, the small thing is like once you do dash punch, you can't keep walking forward here because Luna is gonna clear here, here, or here, and then you also have Asher right in front of you. So your job right now is you've successfully gotten the core into Doomersville territory, right? Your job is to stand here and keep it here, and then force the Luna to clear out. And then if Era's a smart cookie, she gets it here and she gets it into Doomersville. And then you walk up and pressure with her. Or she gets it back down to you and walks up and pressures with you. Either way, you guys are in Doomersville for the enemy goalie in one of these two sides, however it works out. So walking forward, small mistake, not too big of a deal. And right here, you're just kind of floating right here. This is not good. The core is in Doomersville. Asher, Asher, they're having a 1v1. They're in Doomersville. Air's not helping. She's just chilling up here. You walking back and forth right here is kind of a little troll. Like I get what you're going for. Like you're trying to be open for Asher to clear this way to you. God, there's so many fucking lines. You're hovering here, right? Hoping that she can clear straight to you and then you can get an offensive play going. But in reality, this Asher's here. She's on top of the core. Who gets the core first? Asher does. Not your goalie. The only thing Asher can do right now is hit into the corner and hit into the corner and hit into the corner 3 million times in a row until you come back and help her clear. Because she cannot get the ball to you ever. Because this Asher is between you guys, right? So in this situation, you can't just be open and hope that you get a pass. And see, yeah, that's exactly what happens. You're not there to help, and Asher just does Asher things. So yeah, just imagine a world where you're already here, right? And she's going for her little dash play right here. But if you're standing back here instead of up here, you can just dash punch it out. Or just punch her and then clear it and then follow it with a dash. And then you're free, open territory down here, baby. It's go time. So yeah, the idea is you always want to be in front of their forwards. Oh, good kill. See? You got that kill. See how you got that kill? You're hovering here, and then you're realizing, like, okay, she's by the edge. This is killable. And then boom, boom. You fucking did it. Let's go. That's how your kills need to work out. You can't just force them all the time. You just gotta let them happen. Now you're walking down, pressuring there. Beautiful. The court gets past you guys, but you did the right thing. I don't want you to feel bad about that. You did the right play. Okay, okay. He's Cookington City. Okay. I see the dribbles into the fucking punch on the barrier. That was hype. Here, you're kind of trolling your positioning a little bit again. Because once again, you're kind of just like, oh, I'm going to stay here and hope my Asher procures me the rock. But in reality, we have Amy ult right here. Just cutting the map in half. This part of the map is essentially out of play at this moment. Like she has split the map, so Asher can really just clear here. At this point, your job is to walk up here and like get in front of this Amy. Like you want to be hovering here or here. So you want to threaten the Amy. Because if your Asher does clear it here, then your Era needs help, right? Because she can't exactly get it through this Amy ult. But if she can get it over and up to you, standing here, then you can get it through. Or if you're standing here and she gets it through and then Amy walks up, boom, dash punch her ass. She's gone. And vice versa too. Like if you're standing up here, boom, dash punch, she's gone. But yeah, honestly, with you standing right here and all of this going on, you're kind of just doing nothing. And like, not in a mean way, but this is just not where you should be right now because you can't accomplish anything from here, right? And then you do start walking back, but unfortunately, like it's way too late because you're just out of position. You can't get there in time. Okay, nice. Good strike war. Yeah, a little bit tunnel vision. You were hovering, but at least that time you didn't immediately pull the trigger, right? Oh shit, I skipped it. So like you walk up, strike more, and then here, see you kind of hover the dash, but you don't go for it immediately. This is good. I like that. You need to do more of this. It's like, okay, she might step into a place where I can kill her, and then if she does, I'm gonna pull the trigger. You do pull the trigger and you end up missing, but I like that. I like that you played it a little more patiently. And there you go. You got one. Unfortunately, missed the strike. Asher feeds you the rock again. I'm not sure if that was a good ult or not. I have to watch it. We'll see. So she hits it past you. Right here, you strike, and then you ult. Sorry, pausing's hard. So strike and then ult. Um, Here, I don't think ult's the right play. So your ult stops the core, right? And you have your dash punch ready. So once again, you either 50 the Amy, or you just pull the trigger and dash punch it. Actually, I don't think dash punching's correct here. You either strike or you just punch by itself. Because if you just punch, she's in hit stun, it goes past her. And then you and Era outstrike or the Luna and get the barrier. Same idea. If you strike and it makes it past her, you have dash punch, you have Era, you have Volt. You get the barrier for free. It's a good day. Um, but since she has core flip, you definitely do not ult here. Because let's say you go for your punch, boom, and she core flips right as you punch. So she's not in hit stun. She's got the core flipped. All you gotta do is press your ult button. It'll stall the core right there while it's flipped, and then hit it out. There's not really much they can do about that. But then she core flips, gets past you. You walked back in front of the Asher this time, and that was nice. Once again, I think it's kind of a panic elusive, right? So we see Amy's glitch pop, Rocket. So neither one of these guys have primary. Asher just full comboed you, and you're not dead. We see Luna's dash as well. And then right now you're just elusiving. Like, why are we elusiving here? You're just throwing away your energy while nobody has any abilities for no reason. You're giving them a chance to recover their abilities before. Uh, so yeah, see, you just had to elusive again. If you didn't elusive the first time, you could have just elusive that ult, and you'd still have energy for another elusive. But also, well played, walking back here, being in front of the Asher, between the Asher and your net. That was good positioning. We love it. And now you're between their Asher and their barrier. So once again, good positioning. Okay, dash punch is fine to get it through. Oh my god, Air saves those. Core flip. Okay, so in here, in this situation, you need to be here. And this is something that we have to work on as a team as well. Because since you're not up here pressuring this, you're at least in front of the Amy, right? You're between Amy and your net. This is a good thing. But you should actually be down here. Because she has core flip and she's playing midfield, she's being a very aggressive goalie right now. She is further up than their forward player. So you need to kind of like walk down here and act as a second goalie. This is something we need to work on as a team as well, because there's some scenarios where you do need somebody to cover top and you need somebody to cover bottom. And so as we see it play out, Asher dashes down to get the ball, and then there Asher is like up here and just hits it straight in the net because Asher's down here. So if you end up parking yourself over here and you're here to clear this ball, right? Then Asher never has to expend her dash cooldown down here. And she's already in position if the ball makes it up to Asher to hit it into the net. Which realistically it doesn't because you're down here and you just clear out this way and then walk out of the net. Um, but yeah, that's really hard to do in solo queue. So, but it's just something you kind of have to keep in the back of your mind, especially since you're going to be our midfielder, because usually you want the midfielder to do that, but your era is kind of just up here, lost in the sauce. So at this point, it becomes your responsibility because you're the one that's in position to do so. And again, it's not something that's like you need to constantly do, right? Like it's situational, but you always keep it in the back of your mind. All right. So here we really need to take Big Fish, or we can also take Catalyst. You taking Bulk Up is not that great. So normally Bulk Up's really good. But in this situation, like you guys are down, you already have power from getting 1-2 punch and an extra ability on Twin Drive. So Bulk Up doesn't do like a whole lot for you. The increased stacker is nice, it does help you survive a little bit. But think about the situations we've been in this game, right? There's so many times where you and Asher are going toe to toe and you just barely can't get it past her. You really need Big Fish in this situation. Really need Big Fish. We don't care that Era wants it. Like, screw her, right? She is not me. I want Big Fish. Big Fish, Julie, go hard. But alternatively, Catalyst is also really good because you're getting beat up on. So them just feeding you more energy for more elusives or more core flips is always a good thing. Realistically, I'd say Big Fish though, because size is very important, and Big Fish also gives you stagger as opposed to power from built different. So this one also helps you survive, just like Bulk Up, which I think is your idea behind taking Bulk Up, is to like help you survive. But you should be going for Big Fish instead. Just a small little thing. But like if you're stagger stacking, like Bulk Up's fine. Like Bulk Up's really good. Don't get me wrong. Big Fish just happens to be better in this situation that we're in right now. I'd say it's in general like more of a priority getting size on forwards. Anyways, let's get into this. So you lose to the Asher primary, unfortunate. But I told you how you can deal with that, so that should be fine. There, you kind of just like ping ponged it into the Amy ult. Not like a huge big deal, but here, like if instead of just hitting it straight into the Amy ult, if you just hit it this way, just something a little small. Just keep in mind your strike angles once again. We're doing a good job being in front of Asher, in between Asher and the net. And yeah, we're just Doomersville. Too much damage. How can win? If you don't have Van Braces or Tempo Swing, like, yeah, you're kind of just screwed. Because there is a huge damage gap between your teams. Like, their team is all damage, and your team is basically core control plus a Juliet. Which Juliet doesn't really do, like, a ton of damage. She's more of just a I kill you. I like the kill attempt on the Asher there. She has energy, so she's able to elusive it, but you know, whatever. Sometimes you just gotta get that energy out of them so you can kill them later. And then you get scored on, it's whatever. Alright, now we're vibing downtown. Should probably be walking up to help your era. Alright, we're still vibing. She gets a core flip off. I think instead of dash punching down to try to kill the Asher, you definitely need to dash punch it across to like just get it past into their half of the field. But then you end up doing God's work inside of the net, being a true gamer. We love to see it. Asher gets a Pastio. We're in Doomersville. Gold Bear's down. We're still in Doomersville. And she hits it straight into the Asher. So unfortunate. I don't really know if this game was winnable per se. I think you could have made it winnable because there was a lot of missed opportunities offensively that you had, and as well as a little bit of things you could have done better, like defensively. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to lurk in your stream and try to find a VOD to review as like a little surprise. Once again, don't take anything I say to heart. Like, don't be super offended or anything like that. I'm just trying to help you out. And yeah, that's it. So, biggest takeaways. One, ability usage. Number one priority right here. This is what I want you to always be thinking about. I want you to constantly think, does my ability serve a purpose here? Okay. So really think about that. Like seriously. Question yourself, why are you ulting here? Why am I punching here? Why am I dashing here? Number two, strike angles. This one is also super important. It's more important for goalie because as a forward player, you're allowed to make more mistakes. But this is like the number one thing for goalie is like getting your strike angles down. So I'm really good at recognizing um, when that's important to take into consideration. And you should definitely try to consciously focus on where you're striking the ball. Like I said, it's more important for goalies. It's less important for forwards, but still, um, this is like one of the big things that I personally get coached on by my coach. So it's something that you need to keep in mind as well as a forward player. Because one of the things he explained to me is like the difference between, so in a goalie situation, difference between first clear and last clear. Like if I'm here and I want the ball to go here and I clear off the wall instead of hitting it straight, that gives their forwards time to walk up and intercept the ball. Or if my forward is here, they have to spend time walking up to go meet the ball. So it's very important to try and get the right angle down in the least amount of strikes as possible. And then number three, this one's not as important, but it's still something to keep in mind. Positioning. Just small little things, like trying to keep yourself between their forward and your net and stuff like that. Overall, I'd say your positioning is really good. Overall, very good positioning. But just always keep that in the back of your mind because there are some times where you're a little bit out of position. And the last small thing I have for you, tunnel vision. Definitely got to work on that because you are tunnel visioning hard on kills, I feel like. And once again, I get it. You're a Julie player. You think you see some opportunities, but you just got to recognize some of them a little bit better and just be overall a little bit more patient with it. But yeah, ability usage. This is goal number uno. Really, really, really think about how, why, and when you're using your abilities. Okay? Second priority, strike angles. Get those down. And then you can worry about the other stuff. If you're tunnel visioning kills, but you have perfect ability usage and strike angles, we're chilling. But there's still things that you need to fix or get better at. I shouldn't say fix because it's not like a super big glaring issue. These are more minor tweak and optimization type of things. Just really hammer down your how, when, why ability usage. Ask yourself what purpose it serves, and then get your strike angles down more. Two things to focus on, two things to keep in the back of your head. Anyways, that's all I have for you, bud. There you go.